Welcome students for S block elements, KCET, NEET and JEE lecture first. Let's begin with question 1. Potassium dioxide is used in spacecraft and submarines because it is option A, absorbs carbon dioxide and increases oxygen concentration. Option B, it absorbs moisture. Option C, it absorbs carbon dioxide. And option D, it produces the ozone. Students, potassium dioxide, which is also called as potassium superoxide, it acts as a source of oxygen and it removes the carbon dioxide. So we can write a reaction. Potassium dioxide combines with the carbon dioxide forming potassium carbonate and oxygen. With this, we can conclude that option A is the right answer. Absorbs carbon dioxide and increases the oxygen concentration in the spacecraft and even in submarines. Moving to the next question. A metal M forms water-soluble metallic sulfate and inert metallic oxide. Metallic oxide in aqueous solution forms insoluble metallic hydroxide, which is soluble in sodium hydroxide, and the metal M is option A, beryllium, option B, magnesium, option C, calcium, and option D is silicon. In this case, students, beryllium oxide is inert and beryllium sulfate is water soluble. Beryllium oxide reacts with water forming beryllium hydroxide, whereas beryllium hydroxide reacts with sodium hydroxide forming sodium berylate along with water. Thus, the answer is option A, beryllium. Question 3. The solubilities of carbonates decrease down the alkaline earth metal group, that is group second, due to decrease in option A, lattice energies of solids, option B, hydration energies of cations, and option C, inter-ionic attraction, option D, entropy of solution formation. Students, down the group, hydration energy of cation decreases, so solubility of carbonates also decreases down the group. Thus, the right answer is option B, hydration energies of cations. Question 4. The ionic mobility of alkali metal ions in aqueous solution is maximum for options. Option A, potassium cation, option B, rubidium cation, option C, lithium cation, and option D, sodium cation. In case of rubidium cation, due to its maximum size, it is least hydrated. And the size of the hydrated rubidium cation being least, the ionic mobility is maximum. Thus, option B is the right answer, rubidium cation. Question 5. Aluminium reacts with caustic soda to form. Options are option A, aluminium hydroxide, option B, aluminium oxide, option C, sodium meta-aluminate, and option D, sodium tetra-aluminate. In this case, students, aluminium reacts with sodium hydroxide in presence of water to form sodium meta-aluminate, that is NaAlO2 along with hydrogen. So the right answer is option C, sodium meta-aluminate. Moving to the next question. The difference of water molecules in gypsum and plaster of Paris is option A, 5/2 molecules, option B, 2 molecules, option C, half molecule, and option D, 3/2 molecules of water. Students, let us see the formula of gypsum, which is calcium sulfate dihydrate having 2 moles of water molecules, whereas the formula of plaster of Paris is calcium sulfate hemihydrate, which is having half molecule of water. So students, the difference of water molecule from gypsum and plaster of Paris is 1.5 molecule, that is 3/2 water molecule. So option D is the right answer. Question 7. The compound formed upon combustion of sodium metal in excess of air is compound A, Na2O2, compound B, Na2O, compound C, NaO2, and compound D, NaOH. Option A, both compound A and B are formed. Option B, compounds A, B and C. Option C, compounds A and D, whereas option D, compound A and C. Students, in case of sodium metal, when it reacts with the air, that is oxygen, it forms normal oxides and even peroxides, but not superoxides. With this, option A is the right answer, forming compound A and B. Question 8. The products obtained on heating lithium nitrate will be option A, lithium nitrite and oxygen, option B, lithium nitride and oxygen, option C, lithium oxide, nitric oxide and oxygen, option D, lithium oxide, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen. Students, lithium nitrate decomposes on heating to form lithium oxide, nitrogen dioxide and even oxygen vapors. So option D is the right answer. Question 9th. The metal that cannot be obtained by electrolysis of an aqueous solution of its salt is option A, silver, option B, calcium, option C, copper, and option D, chromium. Students, highly reactive group first and group second, that is both alkali metals and alkaline earth metals, cannot be prepared by electrolysis of their aqueous salt solution because water is reduced in preference to these metals. So option B is the right answer, that is calcium. Question 10. Which of the following has the biggest radius? Option A, cesium cation. Option B, magnesium cation. Option C, sodium cation. And option D, lithium cation. Students, ionic size increases down the group, whereas it decreases along the period. As a result, cesium cation has the biggest ionic radius. Option A is the right answer. Question 11. When sodium is heated in dry ammonia, the compound formed is option A, sodium amide, option B, sodium azide, option C, sodium nitride, and option D, sodium hydride. When sodium metal reacts with ammonia, we get sodium amide along with hydrogen molecule. So option A is the right answer, sodium amide. Question 12. Which alkali metal ion has the lowest mobility in aqueous solution? And the options are option A, rubidium cation, option B, cesium cation, option C, lithium cation, and option D, sodium cation. Lithium cation is the alkali metal ion which is having lowest mobility in aqueous solution, and the reason for this is lithium cation is the highest hydrated among the following due to its highest charge density. So option C is the right answer, lithium cation. Question 13. Excess of sodium cation in our system causes option A, high blood pressure, option B, low blood pressure, option C, diabetes, and option D, anemia. Excess of sodium cation increases the osmotic pressure of our blood, due to which it results in high blood pressure. So option A is the right answer. Moving to the next question. When carbon monoxide is passed over solid caustic soda, that is potassium hydroxide, heated to 200 degrees Celsius, it forms option A, sodium fumate, option B, sodium acetate, option C, sodium carbonate, and option D, sodium bicarbonate or sodium hydrogen carbonate. When carbon monoxide reacts with sodium at a high temperature of 200 degrees Celsius, we get sodium fumate or sodium salt of formic acid. So option A is the right answer. Question 15. The oxide of an element whose electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. Option A, amphoteric. Option B, basic. Option C, acidic. Option D, neutral. Students, the electronic configuration given in the question is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. So in the outermost shell, we are having one electron. So this corresponds to alkali metal and it is sodium metal with 11 electrons, and alkali metals forms basic oxide. So the right answer is option B, basic. Question 16. The characteristic not related to alkali metal is option A, high ionization energy. Option B, their monovalent ions are isoelectronic with noble gases. Option C, low melting point. And option D, low electronegativity. In case of alkali metals, removal of electrons becomes very easy, due to which they are having relatively low ionization energy, and the reason for this is they are having relatively larger size in any of the period. Removal of electron requires minimum amount of energy. So the option A is not a characteristic of alkali metal, that is high ionization energy. Question 17. The electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d9 represents a option A, metal atom. Option B, non-metal atom. Option C, non-metallic anion. And option D, metallic cation. Students, the given electronic configuration represents the configuration of a cupric cation, and it is a metallic cation because the total number of electrons in copper is 29, whereas in the given electronic configuration it is 27, and the configuration represents cupric cation. It is a metallic cation, so option D is the right answer. Question 18. Alkali metals have high negative reduction potential, hence they behave as option A, oxidizing agents. Option B, Lewis bases. Option C, reducing agents. And option D, electrolytes. In this case, alkali metals behaves as a reducing agent because it can very easily give one electron from its outermost shell. This brings about reduction of the reactant, whereas they itself undergo oxidation. So students, alkali metals act as reducing agents. So option C is the right answer. Reducing agents are the chemical substances which brings about reduction but itself undergoes oxidation. Question 19. A metallic oxide reacts with water to form its hydroxide, hydrogen peroxide, and also liberates oxygen. The metallic oxide could be option A, potassium dioxide. Option B, sodium peroxide. Option C, calcium oxide. And option D, lithium oxide. Students, superoxide reacts with water. According to the equation, potassium dioxide reacts with the water to form potassium hydroxide, hydrogen peroxide, and even oxygen vapors. So option A is the right answer, that is potassium dioxide or potassium superoxide. Question 20. The main oxides formed on combustion of lithium, sodium, and potassium in excess of air are respectively option A, lithium dioxide, sodium oxide, and potassium dioxide. Option B, lithium dioxide, sodium peroxide, and potassium oxide. Option C, lithium peroxide, sodium peroxide and potassium dioxide. Option D, lithium oxide, sodium peroxide and potassium dioxide. Students, in case of lithium, which forms lithium dioxide as the main oxide in excess of air, whereas sodium in excess of air, it forms sodium peroxide, whereas potassium in excess of air combines with oxygen to form potassium dioxide. So the right answer is option D, lithium oxide, sodium peroxide and potassium oxide. 21st question. Both lithium and magnesium display several similar properties due to the diagonal relationship. However, the one which is incorrect is option A, both form nitrides. Option B, nitrates of both lithium and magnesium yield nitrogen dioxide and oxygen on heating. Option C, both form basic carbonates. Option D, both form soluble bicarbonates. Students, the right answer is option C, both forms basic carbonates, because lithium carbonate is less basic and magnesium carbonate is the basic. So the best possible option would be option C, both forms basic carbonates. 22nd question. The element with atomic number 19 is similar in physical and chemical properties to the element with the atomic number option A 6, option B 9, option C 10 and option D 11. In this case, both elements with Z equal to, that is atomic number 19, that is potassium, and atomic number 11, which is sodium, being alkali metals, show similar physical and chemical properties because both belong to group first, alkali metals. So option D is the right answer with atomic number 11. Question 23. Sodium burns in air to give mainly option A Na2O2, option B NaO, option C NaO2 and option D Na2O. Students, sodium burns in air to give mostly Na2O2, that is sodium peroxide. So option A is the right answer. Question 24. Which of the following alkali metal carbonates gives carbon dioxide on heating as well as on treating with acids? Option A, sodium carbonate. Option B, potassium carbonate. Option C, rubidium carbonate. And option D, lithium carbonate. Students, all carbonates evolve carbon dioxide on treatment with a dilute acid, but amongst alkali metal carbonates, only lithium carbonate being thermally unstable, that is on heating it is unstable and decomposes to give carbon dioxide gas. So lithium carbonate on heating, it decomposes to form lithium oxide, liberating carbon dioxide vapors. So the right answer is option D, lithium carbonate. Question 25. Which of the following hydrogen compounds is most ionic? Option A, lithium hydride. Option B, cesium hydride. Option C, hydrogen fluoride. And option D, hydrogen iodide. Students, amongst the elements listed, cesium is the most electropositive. Therefore, cesium hydride shall be the most ionic. Electropositive means the tendency of losing one or more electrons towards more electronegative atom. In this case, cesium is the most electropositive and hence cesium hydride shall be most ionic. So option B is the right answer. Question 26. Crude common salt, that is impure common salt, is hygroscopic because of the presence of impurities of option A, calcium sulfate and magnesium sulfate. Option B, calcium chloride and magnesium chloride. Option C, calcium bromide and magnesium bromide. And option D, calcium bicarbonate and magnesium bicarbonate. Calcium chloride and magnesium chloride are deliquescent salt. That is, they absorb moisture or water from the air and dissolves within the absorbed water. As a result, both calcium chloride and magnesium chloride as impurities, they impart hygroscopic nature for the crude common salt. So with this, option B is the right answer. Calcium chloride and magnesium chloride as impurities. Question 27. Fire extinguishers contain sulfuric acid and option A, sodium bicarbonate and sodium carbonate. Option B, sodium bicarbonate solution. Option C, sodium carbonate. Option D, calcium carbonate. Students, in case of fire extinguishers which contain sulfuric acid, sodium bicarbonate and sodium carbonate, because fire extinguishers would be forming carbon dioxide. When sulfuric acid reacts with both sodium bicarbonate and sodium carbonate, we get carbon dioxide vapors, which is neither a combustible material nor a supporter of the combustion. So the right answer is option A, sodium bicarbonate and sodium carbonate. Question 28. In the red blood cells of human beings, the accumulation of which of the following ions is more? Option A, potassium cation. Option B, sodium cation. Option C, cadmium cation. And option D, zinc cation. In the red blood cells of human beings, potassium cation is accumulated maximum compared to sodium cation. So the right answer is option A, potassium cation. Question 29. Which has minimum hydration energy? Options. Option A, potassium cation. Option B, lithium cation. Option C, calcium cation. And option D, aluminium cation. The largest ion, that is potassium cation, has the minimum hydration energy? So option A is the right answer, potassium cation. Question 30. The metal bond strength is maximum in case of option A, lithium, option B, sodium, option C, potassium, and option D, rubidium. In this case, because of smallest size, metallic bonding is the strongest in lithium. So the right answer is option A, lithium metal. Thank you, students.